Hey CAD students, I'm 240. I've had some questions on Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is actually probably the most important in understanding datums and understanding how they relate to the part. Particularly question number 648. You're actually going to sketch a tool. It says to simulate the three required datums. All right, we got datums. A, B, and C. All right, right. So we got datum. So we're going to capture this part. It looks like we're going to capture the bottom of the part, which is datum A. That's your primary datum. We're going to capture the back edge of the part B and the front edge of the part C. So let's take a look at the part real quick. I went ahead and modeled it up. So here's the part. All right, and datum A is going to be along the bottom, which is on your assignment. It's A, which is right side view, and it's going to show the bottom. Most of the time, your bottoms are going to be your primary datum. Okay, so this is actually going to set on a plate. Okay. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the CMM machine. The CMM machine has a surface plate, and then it has a digital measuring device across the top where you slide and you touch off on the part, and it tells you what distance you're at. Alright, so what we got to do is create basically a fixture, something to capture this part. Now there's several ways actually to do this, but I'm going to talk about two primary ways to do this. One is to make a plate that has two pins, alright, to where this part will set right down on it. And then it has a pin for the back edge to capture it, and a pin for this edge to capture it. So let's look at that method. I think I've got one here. Alright, there's the plate, and actually this one doesn't have, you see, I think what we're trying to control here is the position. So we're trying to control the position of this hole to A, B, and C. So what that means is that we're going to have to capture this part. We're going to capture it here, 2 points here, and 1 point there. Alright, so here's what you're going to have. You're going to have a plate at the bottom, and you're going to have two pins that this part is going to slide into. Okay, and then you'll be able to check it here and here. So for instance, if this part is, let me do a sketch. This part is rough through here. Okay, and then I can tell if I push it against these pins, I can measure from it. I can measure this distance here, how much it's out inwardly, how much it's out outwardly. Okay, and I can measure that because it's pressed up against this pin, and this pin here is capturing datum C. All right, so this is basically capturing datum C. This is capturing datum B, and of course the plate itself is going to be your datum A, which is going to be this bottom surface here. Now that's one way of doing it. Alright, and here's another way of doing it. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, here's another way of doing it, and this really is just three. It's got a bottom plate here. It's got a side plate here and an end plate here. Basically the same way as what we just saw, except we're using plates instead of pins. And since this is going to be, yep, this is datum A across here that we're checking. So we got 2 points we got to check on datum A. Excuse me, datum B, sorry. Datum B here and here. Well, once you have these 2 points checked, all you need is 1 point for C. Okay? And then here's A across the bottom. So basically you have this plate to simulate that tool, this plate to simulate that tool, and it sets on a bottom plate. And what we're looking for is a position, for this one it's a position of 0.015 from A. Alright, so that means across this bottom right here, that hole has to be 0.015. On B, which is here, that means from this edge where it touches to the center, it's got to be within 0.05 0.015. Now, maximum material condition. Now, I'm gonna cover that with a different video. But just remember, when you're dealing with hose, maximum material condition means that the hole takes out material as it's in there. With MMC and LMC means that the hole is at its largest, okay, at MMC. That means it's taking up the maximum position that it can take up. That's MMC. LLC is the other way. That hole is at its smallest, so you got more material around it. Okay. Okay, so if you got any questions, let me know. I'm going to cover the MMC and the LMC in a different video. But this is basically what we're needing for 648. You can either do a bottom plate with pins to capture the part, or you can do it like this one. It has 3 plates that you're capturing the part with the bottom plate and the 2 sides. Alright, any questions, let me know. This is great. GD&T, guys, you got to have this to improve quality. And remember, your datums. Got to always capture that part with these 3 datums. And normally your A is going to be your bottom. Okay, and these 2 B's and C's, which is your secondary and tertiary, they can switch. Okay, thanks.